So in a world that is running on adrenaline that looks like ROI and, business and profit, how do you keep yourself motivated with purpose?
We actually have similar metrics. We also consider an ROI, and Maniti mentioned the amount of money that we've saved for nonprofits. We measure return on investment as well, but we look at it more as an investment of time. So for every hour of volunteering, how much are you getting? How much are you saving? Would you have made a larger contribution if you could give a certain amount of your, say, salary towards it, or just by giving 2 hours a week, is that enough? So I think in that sense, it's been really nice because we try and keep all our impact very professionally measured. We have like audits that we conduct, and we check in with consultants being like, is this the right way? Are we doing it with the right like rates? Is this how it compares to industry standard and things like that? And honestly, for us, I think when you work in the social sector, you meet so many people who are so passionate. Like, I would say about 95% of the NGO founders that we've met in our time at ConnectFor have all been driven just by passion. Like, no one starts an NGO thinking, I'm going to be so profitable, this is going to do so well for me, right? It's always like, I really want to solve this. And then when you see that drive and you see that they're like going to the remotest place, they're working with the most marginalized communities, and even if they're doing it for like a group of 10 to begin with, but the ambitions are to reach like thousands or millions of people, if you can contribute to that journey, even 2%, it's such a gratifying feeling. And I think for us, every day we get to live that with a new nonprofit. Every day that we take on a new project or we meet somebody new, it's reliving that initial drive and that initial ambition of like meeting so many needs. And yeah, it's easy. It's actually very easy to stay motivated in this space, I would say.
Yeah, I think, I mean, as a entrepreneur yourself, you'd know, like, I think ROI and money it'll take you a certain way, but you have to have passion or purpose towards whatever you do. And I think we're lucky or fortunate enough that we get to see it every day. I think for us, the stories of change that we see, the impact that we're creating is far more motivating and gratifying than the numbers. Though, like Shloka mentioned, we do have metrics in place. We actually, I'm the person who's really obsessed with numbers here. So it's but like I was very clear that we need to see this, and at the end of the year, are we meeting this? And like in March, I will be the most busy. I'll be like, okay, did we meet this goal, and have we hit these numbers? That's just part of the story. But when I also really reflect on the last 10 years, I think it's really the stories of change that we were able to be a part of that really drive us to do what we do. I think that's what it is.
Do you have a North Star with ConnectFor?
We keep discussing this, but I feel like it's a North Star that keeps changing. Like initially we were like, we want to be like a one-stop volunteering solution. We want to make sure that everyone in Bombay is able to find a way. And then opportunities arose like across India. So we were like, okay, we're going to become India's volunteering solution. And we were really focusing on that for a while. Over time, we realized that there's such an opportunity with corporate engagement. And all of these things have just fallen into our laps, I would say. It's been almost serendipitous for us, being like, oh, now we're working with Amazon, we're working with, just unbelievable companies that we never thought we would reach. And so we keep changing our own North Star. I think now recently we've been like, we're doing really well with this volunteering thing. Let's start adopting school projects. So we started a school adoption project, which we call Artshala, which initially started with getting groups of people in to sort of paint schools so that, when kids walk in, they feel cheerful about where they are. I mean, it's really sad with the condition of a lot of schools in our country, but it's amazing to see that even the local civic bodies are so happy to partner with us to make this possible. And now with a small amount of funding, you can actually like entirely transform the infrastructure of a school. So that's what we called our school adoption project. Because we had such success with the school adoption project, we got approached by the government of Maharashtra to adopt schools in Gadchiroli and do a solar school. And so I think our North Star is really just how far can we go and like how many people
can we impact?
Yeah, can we impact? We don't have an upper limit. And, as long as there is some degree of inequality or disadvantage in this country, we'll keep aiming to grow bigger.
I think for us, it's always been like the our stakeholders are at the heart of everything we do. So even if we do define like these are our goals or this is our North Star, it's like I don't think we've ever turned down a stakeholder, whether it's a volunteer, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's a corporate. If they've asked us to do something within the space, within the social sector, we have sort of made it possible. So we have helped NGOs work with other NGOs to create impact. So for us, I think at the like any decision is made with the thought process that are we creating impact for the social sector? Is somebody, the volunteer, the NGO, or the corporate benefiting from this? Then we have to do it and we have to enable it. And I think now we can move from calling ourselves a volunteering platform to just an aggregator, an enabler of the social sector, because I think we're doing things far more than just helping people connect with an NGO to volunteer, which is what it started with. And I think somewhere in our minds, even 10 years ago, this was our thought process. That's why we named ConnectFor. And there's no like volunteering word in this, like in the name, because it was always about connecting to a purpose and for you that may be something different and for me that may be something different. So it was always about connect for whatever you care about.